Captain America has been framed for murder, and now some yahoos want to break him out of jail? What will Cap do? Welcome to Kevin's commentary on comics. We are basically at the start of the Secret Empire saga, a classic Cap story from the mid-70s. Cap has been framed for murder by Quentin Hardeman, who is working for the Viper, and maybe the Viper is working for someone else? We'll have to see about that, but first, Captain America has to get out of jail, and luckily, or maybe not so much, a group is trying to help break him out. So let's dive into Captain America and the Falcon number 171 from March 1974, entitled Bust Out. Now, this one is brought to us by writer Mike Frederick. Is it Frederick? Friedrich. Maybe it's Friedrich. Mike Friedrich? I think I said Frederick in the last episode, but it may be Friedrich. Anyway, Mike's the writer, and this is based on a story idea by Steve Englehart with the interior art by Sal Buscema. Now, this classic cover was done by John Romita, and honestly, this cover has been used for stickers, promos, Mead Trapper Keeper folder covers, everything. And really, it's not that surprising, is it? This is a thing of beauty. I really love this cover. It's so cool. So this opens with a group of dudes calling themselves Cap supporters and trying to break Cap out of jail. Obviously, Captain America isn't sure about this since he'd be breaking the law by breaking out of jail. But at the same time, if he doesn't get out of jail, he'll never be able to expose Moonstone as the fraud he is. Of course, blowing up a jail cell wall doesn't get unnoticed by the police, and they intervene. But when one of Cap's supporters, quote unquote, starts to open fire on the guards, Cap isn't having it and lets them have it. The thugs release some sort of gas and knocks out not only the guards, but Cap himself. When Cap wakes up in some alley with the thugs around him, he also sees that his shield is there, even though he didn't have his shield in the jail cell. He had it when he was fighting Moonstone prior to being arrested, but now all of a sudden he has it? He figures out that perhaps this breakout is just another part of the conspiracy against him. He beats up the dudes and tries to get information out of one of them, but that guy passes out before Cap can get anything other than 17. 17? What does that mean? It confused me a bit, but Cap really didn't seem to catch on as he didn't say anything about it. Meanwhile, over in Lagos, Cap's partner, the Falcon, sporting his new fancy wings, and the Black Panther are in search of Falcon's girlfriend, Layla, who was kidnapped by Stoneface in the last issue. One of the Black Panther's subjects has the location of the bad guys, and the Panther and the Falcon busts in. The Falcon, who basically just got his wings about maybe 20 minutes ago, doesn't quite have the hang of them yet, and botches up the whole deal, so the two of them get captured by Stoneface's gang. Now, I guess when the writers first gave the Falcon his wings, they mainly just gave him the ability to glide more than fly, which is why you'll see him have to climb up something and then glide down. Eventually, they added some sort of air thrusters or air jets or something like that, so the Falcon wouldn't have to do that, and I'm sure this is just to make it also a little easier to write the character, because no doubt, having him have to find someplace high to climb up and then glide down had to be a bit of a beating. Although it did come in handy, this glide part did come in handy here, because Stoneface thought it would be way better to just have these guys push off a sea cliff where they will disappear without a trace. You know, he could have just shot them and then dropped them off the sea cliff, but as we've seen before, villains aren't the smartest bunch in comics. So the two get thrown off, first the Panther and then the Falcon, but they obviously didn't see Falcon's fancy wings, and the Falcon manages to get them under control enough to save himself and the Black Panther. The two fly back up to the top of the cliffs and take down Stoneface and his gang. The Panther returns Falcon and Layla back to New York, and the Falcon can't wait to show Cap his new wings, but when he gets to his social worker office where Cap was staying, he doesn't find Captain America, he finds Iron Man. Shellhead explains the situation with Cap, and since the Avengers don't necessarily know the Falcon, but they do know that he is closely associated with Cap, as obviously Cap is with the Avengers, he gives the Falcon a chance to clear the murder charge before the Avengers are forced to step in. You know, you have to wonder, how long was Iron Man sitting there waiting for the Falcon to arrive? I mean, he didn't know when he was going to get there, unless there was some communication between him and the Black Panther after the Panther dropped him off. I guess that's what we'll go with. Makes a little bit of sense, so that's what we're going to run with. So the Falcon finds Cap pretty easily, I might add, and before they can work up a plan, Moonstone attacks. They fight, but it doesn't take long for Moonstone to take them both down and declares it's the final defeat of Captain America and the Falcon. See? Villains are so dumb. So I'm Kevin, and that was my commentary. Awfully cool to see the Falcon with his wings, but I am still mystified as why they only made them glider wings and not full-fledged wings right from the start. Now, if I had to guess, I would think the writers were like, well, if he's going to fly, then he would need to have some sort of jetpack or something like that, and that might not look so cool. Let's just go with these nice wings under his arms so he can glide. Now, as I said, I think in later issues, I don't think in the Secret Empire issues, but maybe just shortly after that, they actually gave him wings that were equipped with, like I said, air jets or something like that. The wings don't look any different than they do right in this issue, but it does give the Falcon full flight rather than just gliding everywhere. It reminds me of Spider-Woman, who basically glided at the start of her comic career, but I think somewhere along the way they gave her full flight as well, I think. Maybe she was still just gliding. I don't know. But it's just got to be easier to write it like that. You know, figure out how to set up the character so they can fly and then just let them fly. It always amazed me how these glider heroes sure look like they were just flying anyway. So really, what's the difference? Next time, we'll hit the next chapter in the Secret Empire saga, and it features a guy who became a pretty big deal as a member of a pretty big deal team around this time. Who is it? Well, you'll just have to wait and see, and make sure you do that by, yeah, you got it, subscribing to my channel. Be sure to like and share this video as well because it helps me, and helping me helps you. Sorta? Somehow? I think so. Sure. So until we meet again, have a great day, and I will see ya.